All right, let's get started here. Hole number one. So let's go ahead and set 10% elevation. We're going to have max top, one right, 3 rings of OP, and right curl to the inside, to the outside ring. So we'll be setting up with the white ring at the +10. We're looking to get around 400 yards. That makes the adjustment a little bit easier when you're at min. I haven't had any issues yet to where I've needed to have a ball higher than a P3 ball on this shot. Thanks for the good luck, Quad. How have your rounds been so far? Still working on them, or you finished? Okay. So we have 8.2 wind. So we will be adjusting 6.4 rings. Max top, one right. At the +10, the white ring. 6.4. Curl to the outer ring, and 3 rings of OP. We do hit perfect. And we get a decent roll, not the short roll. And we're at 395. So 392 has been between 16 and 25%. 400 was at 5%. So we will be sliding from min. If you notice on the note sheet, I have a little slider for min rings there. It's also in the video. You're on hole 6. How did you fare with holes 3 and 5? They were tough on this front 9. Go ahead and switch to our sniper. And +15%. Nice shot by our opponent. All right, so there is min. And we're going to go with one back. We're going to slide up until we're kind of past that glitchy area. 7 rings. So it's going to be 18%. 8.4. Now let's spin this over. There we go. 8.2. We do hit perfect. Just short, but in line. I had it set up a little too far back. It needs to be past the dark green into the light green of the same one as the cup. Birdie's Pro. Oh, okay. Was the wind just as hard in Pro on those holes as it was in Expert? There will be plenty of people birdieing those holes. I birdied hole 3 myself on a couple of counts just because I kept hitting great. I had 2 just barely trickle before I got the top spin down. Okay, for the next hole, we're going to switch to a Titan. Going to use our sniper. This will be played at 1-to-1. We're going to take the top of the white to the fairway. The right side of the white will be at the fairway, and it'll be the bottom of the plus 11. We are going to play 1-to-1, and we'll have 4.5 top. I've seen the Guardian drop once. A lot of people have spun off to the right because there's a little bit of a glitchy spot near that landing. I've only dropped it myself on hole 1 a couple of times with the sniper, but it's always been safe. Okay, so 4.5 top, no side. So you can see there's a little bit of the funnel there. $9.8. We do hit perfect, so hopefully we find the funnel. Hey, sometimes you strike out in expert. It's always best to drop down if you're struggling with it. We got a nice drop, hit the funnel very nicely there. The key to that is that you're at the bottom of the plus 11. The white is just at the top at the fairway, and on the right side it is just a little bit off of the fairway. The funnel's pretty big, but it does help. Thanks for the booms, Quad. Now on to this ugly, ugly hole 3. Looks like our opponent's going to drop it too. He got up the right speed. There we go. Okay, hole 3. So let's make sure we have our correct bag first. I have accidentally rushed into this with the wrong bag. I'm going to blame it on being 6 in the morning and 4 hours of sleep. Select the correct ball. Max plus 10%. Now on the second shot, you can do a hook here. I was doing the hook, but I just backed off of it and just settled for being a little bit further right on the shot. And the only reason is because of the 4 hooks that I did, 2 of them clipped the rough and left me at an awkward angle with a long in between clubs, Grizz and Thorn. Okay, so 3 left, 4.3 top. Cradling the fairway there at plus 2, 8.9, at plus 10% is going to be 7 rings. And we're going to no overpower and curl to the T is in line with the right edge of that triangle that separates from the ring when you curl. Yeah, I need to get more sleep, but on tournament weekends, I was up till 2 playing one of my accounts last night in the opening round. I had to let one fail. I played one hole and I was like, it's too late. And then I turned around and woke up at 6 to get started on the weekend round. And I played from 6 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, just to get the videos out. That's a tough break by our opponent. That was a very crazy glitch roll. It started rolling before it even got into the fairway. So this is going to be max plus 10%. I forgot I upgraded that. So it's going to be 5 rings. Max top, max left, 5 rings, max overpower, max curl, try to hit perfect. And then hopefully this will set us up for a decent wedge. Yeah, ever since I started creating the content, it's a lot of, that's why I have been kind of taking the minis off, because it can get a little exhausting. I just, during that time, for the off weeks, I just kind of play and grind and play other games. But normally when I work on these shots, it takes me in about an hour to work out the shot, get the video edited and uploaded. All right. So it looks like we're looking at about 90% club. 8.4 is going to be 8.4 is going to be 8.7. There is a glitch spot there. Let's pull back a little bit and add a little top. Hopefully we don't hit that glitch spot because I'm running short on time. Hit perfect. And we hit the glitch spot. I should have pushed up on that and put some back on it. So that was very simple, common mistake. If I'd been a little more right, the glitch spot isn't there. It's only there from that one specific angle we were at. So we get an extra and we give up one. So anytime you see a glitch spot like that, remember, add a back, push it closer. Because trying to run through it doesn't always work. Sometimes it does, but not always. So, yeah, unfortunate mistake. Saw it coming. Hey, Mike. Thanks for the good luck. Birdie on 5. Um, there is a shot at the island with the KM. It's not easy, but if you practice it, it's there. Um, I'll be on 5 in just a second, and you can watch how I play it. I just messed up this one. I hit that glitch spot, the same one that RJ hit in his round. All right, hole 4. This one has been a pain. I've been all over the hole and have not dropped it. So I'm going to go max back, one right, and the clear is going to be almost at the fringe, and the tip of the ball guide will be in the middle of the dark green. If you look at the picture of the guide, 2 squares before, the guide cuts through the bottom left-hand corner. So 7.8 is going to be 11.4. So first we're setting up there, and now we're looking for our spot. So right there with the ball guide cutting through, middle of the dark green. I'm going to pull my 1.4 first. Now I'm going to pull my 10, pull back, center our ball, hit perfect, and watch it come in right over the left edge probably. It's a finicky hole. I have seen it drop. I know it drops, but for some reason I can't find it. Let's see if our opponent drops it. Thanks for the good luck, Greg. Happy to help, or hopefully I helped. If everybody watching who watches the videos and reads the notes beats my score, I know I did a better job. This account just came back down to tier 2 this week. I have no clue why, but I'll take it. I mean, based off the scores that I've seen so far posted, a mistake is not going to kill your round. You still have a chance to banner. You just got to get one of those drops. I need to change that whole explosion. Yeah, I only had one not fall to tier 2, and that's to be expected because out of the last 4 tourneys, it has gotten gold, gold, and bronze with one tourney that I didn't finish. So that one should be in tier 3 with those 4 finishes. All right, let's make sure I have the proper bag set up here. So I want the rock and cat. And then I have changed the spit to the Houdini just in case I mess something up. So it'll be the cat plus 20. Thanks for the good luck, Ryan. Oh, your hole two did a 360. That's tough. If you rewind it back, you'll see my hole two. It dropped dead center, and the little extra bits, that you can't really see in the video, um, to help get that drop. Specifically, the right side of the ring and making sure that it is just onto the fairway, because it is possible setting up quickly to be set up on the very edge of the funnel, and then if you don't adjust properly or have accidental curl, you'll miss it. So on this one, it's going to be 3 right, 0.2 top. I'm going to go just almost to the min of the rock. I need to leave room for adjustment in case I get the tailwind. So there's the min. I'm just going to push up a couple rings. 3 right, 0.2 top. 7.7, this is 1 to 1 minus 1, or min plus 10. So that's going to be 6.7 rings. If you do pull into like I did, just push up a little bit. And no overpower, and just a little bit more than a ball curl. We hit perfect. I have been rolling around 255 to 260. This one looks like it's going to be about 260. So on this next shot, at max, I'm going to put the left side of the white ring at the left rough. I'm going to adjust my max plus 20%, and this is cat 6. I'm going to do 18 rings, making sure not to accidentally stretch the rings as I pull them. And if you look at the picture at the bottom right hand of the notes, you can see my yellow ring is down there near the wet sand line. So I know that I pulled my rings correctly if I'm down in that area. I've been practicing with adjusting the backspin to try to get closer to the pin. I did use 3.5 earlier in a low wind and was fairly close. All right, so 7.3, so this is low wind. We got 5.2. There's 5.2. Now I'm going to do my rings. There's 10. And there's 18. You see I'm down there by that. Max overpower, max curl. Oh, forgot my spin. Hopefully I didn't mess it up just throwing random spin on there real quick. But random's better than none. Okay, that'll be a decent putt. I know I get the 3 left on there, but I do not know how much back I got on there real quick as I did it. I've been down by that sand pretty much every single time. I'm pretty sure that if you had cat 5 or 6, if you were to put your bullseye on that sand, that's all you need to do. You don't have to do all the other adjustments. I mean, as you can see, even that picture matched my spot almost. Thanks for the good luck, Josh. How did you end up? You're still up awfully late. Oh, you haven't played yet? I didn't even look. I assumed you were up doing notes early this morning. I know that feeling. As I was saying to them, I played until 2 in the morning last night, woke up at 6 to start this morning, played from 6 to 4, and now I'm back at it again. Thanks for the good luck, Giggity. Oh, you did do notes this morning? Uh, Josh might be able to tell you if you can rough bump the green with a cat or big dog with a P5. I'm sure he tested it when he was doing notes. I just went straight for the hook because I've tried it in the past with slight headwind and it just I couldn't get it to clear. And the only P5 I have on most of my accounts are Zerks. So that's the reason why I didn't go for it. Okay, we need a Goliath bag. There we go. So we got max plus 10%. Going to go 5.5 top, 3 right. At the plus 10, I will have the clear ring at the right rough. And I put a little slider chart in the notes. If nobody here has seen the Golf Clash Rings Bible, it's been pretty helpful for me for putting the sliders up for these notes and getting the sliders pretty quickly for the shots. So most of my slider percentages, when I say count rings, are going to be based off of their numbers. All right, Mike, good luck on yours too. All right, so plus 10, clear ring, 3 right, 5.5 top. We have 7.4 wind, so we're going to go 5.8 rings. No overpower, and we're going to curl to the inside ring. And most of mine have run out to 388 on this. It's been fairly consistent, which is 65% club. 386. So probably going to be about 12 rings, 62%. Or sorry, 68%, 9 rings. A nice shot by our opponent. I have not tried a backspin shot here. So 2 right, 4.4 top. Take it up to the plus 9. There's 10 rings, so 68%, as I said. 8.0. It's going to be 4.2. Slight 1159 pull. Good bounce. Going to come in a little left. I had it set too far left. but good speed. Hey, Rancho. I'm going to take a quick second here to note that we should favor 1159 on that. And then make sure I put my ball guide like my pitcher. If you pull 1201 on that, you'll clip the rough, or the fringe, sorry. You'll clip the fringe and it'll roll out short and to the right. So if you keep pulling up on your practice short and to the right, look at where your second bounce is landing, and most likely it is not landing about a square into the green. Let me change this ball splash real quick. I heard earlier that it's glitching and making loud noises on people. I keep my sound turned off so I don't hear it. Okay, on to hole 7. Now this shot, I admit, was from Brandon Burt. I played with this shot trying to find a good consistent rollout for about an hour and I couldn't. And I watched his and I was able to get one drop from it and a couple lip outs. So if you have not checked out his channel, please do and like it, the videos and sub. He makes great, also free to play expert content as well as Josh. Make sure you check out his channel too. His first looks can be very helpful, just seeing the wind, and he gives a few different ways to play shots. So we're going to start with Power 5 ball. Yeah, that extra adjustments in the mini, having to pull 3 or 4 times will be pain. Thank you, Rancho. I appreciate it. Yeah, I haven't looked much at what the mini is. I just saw that they announced it and it was going to be a increased wins. Doesn't really sound like much of a modifier, really, but so pro is going to play like expert, and that's just going to favor using wind balls and uh, the people who have the better clubs and better drivers as far as distance goes. Okay, so we're going to start with the 2 left, 3 top, and we're going to pull all the way back to min. It's best if you have the Grizz in your ball guide, and you're going to go until the tip of the guide comes out like that. Then we're going to switch to a Kingmaker. We're going to keep the 3 top, move to 2.5 left, and we're going to pull 1 to 1, which is going to be 8.2 rings. And we're going to curl until just past the inside ring. And I've been pretty close each time with this. and pretty close again there. A little bit more curl, or maybe my pull angle is off. These fairways and greens have been very tricky. This has been one of the toughest tournaments I think I've had in a while. You get glitch rolls, dead bounces. When you're curling, it'll throw it. On to hole 8. All right, so we're switching back to our normal bag. P3 plus 20%. So we're going to set up at the max with the left of the side of the white ring touching the rough. We're going to put max top, max right. We're going to give it a little bit more than one ball right curl. And we're going to give it 2 rings over power. We have a little bit more room for more. We're looking to get about to 400. Great left and great right have been safe. Great right puts you a little too close, really. I have seen other people use the option as our opponent's using here. And rolling out and taking the grizzly shot. And I think that has been fairly great proof as well. It helps to have the luminary there. So max top, max right, 7.3, 6.2. We're going to push to max, which is only a yard here. 1 plus ball curl, couple rings of overpower. We hit great left, should be fine. It'll slow us down and roll us short. Probably be about 395. Yeah, there's a couple of those Rancho where it just, it takes off. There's one on this hole. If you hit the transition between the green and the fringe, it'll send it all the way to the rough in the back. So this is also playing at plus 20%. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find the plus 0 mark, which is 70% club. And then I'm going to adjust my spins until I'm in the middle of the dark green, pointing at the center of the pin. I'm going to use just a little bit of right spin to try to line up. Thanks, Giggity. I'm trying to make sure that I get the information that's not in the videos or the notes into the shots. So 8.1 will be 9.3. So there's the plus 0. Spin back. A little bit of right, just to kind of line up with the wind. Now I'm going to slide this over, make sure I'm center pin. And now we're going to adjust 9.3. Center our ball. Hit perfect. Hopefully I had that lined up right and pulled right. Nope. That was an odd bounce. Probably the worst I've been off on that shot. And that's the problem I've been having with this tournament. You know, I'll shoot 5 shots and they'll be right there, dropping or hitting the cup, and then one will be a square left. So if it's happening to you, don't worry, it's not just you. It's happening to me too, as well as some of the people in our clan. All right, so we're going to send it here. Max plus 20%, P5. Oh, I don't want to practice. I want to switch to a Zerk. So I tend to hit great left at max OP situations. So this shot does favor hitting perfect or great left. Great right can put you in the rough at the end by the green. If you end up in the rough by the green, you want to play that, the Jared rule, minus 30, it will drop. If you don't, then you're going to play Jared rule with the wedge plus 20% elevation. 500 has been around 85% to 80% club. It is going to be a crosswind and it is going to be, 10 to 12. So it's not an easy wedge, but it's a makeable one. Now, I don't know if you could leave off and try to roll through with like an owl ball. 10.4. So just going to bump it up to 6 top, 2 left. 10.4 is going to be 9.4. We're going to push it back to max. Make sure my guides are lined up. And then max overpower, left curl to mid triangle. I hit perfect. Good first bounce, good second bounce, and we clip the rough. All right, so you'll get to see the Jared roll here, and hopefully I'll hit perfect. So that took an odd bounce. I'm going to change the note here to shift this a little bit. I know great left is plenty safe, but instead of mid triangle, I'm going to say left edge triangle. Just give it a little bit more curl in case you get that right hop. So that's a tough break. This is pretty short though, so we're going to do minus 30. We'll stretch it out. We'll see where the pin is at in the club distance, and then that's what we'll set. So we're going to stretch it to max over the pin. If I can zoom out. All right, so we're looking at 20% club and 11.1 is going to be 1.3 rings. So 1.3. We hit perfect. We should drop that. There we go. Nice way to finish the 9. And that is how the Jared rule works for rough. So minus 30% if your elevation is 0. If your elevation is different than 0, then you would just subtract that. So if you had a normal 10% elevation there, you would do minus 20%. Thanks for the booms. So we made one mistake, finished with a minus 13. Not my best round, but not my worst. Let's move on to hole 10. Thank you for all the booms. So we're going back to Kingmaker. Max plus 10%. So we're going to set up at max. We're going to do max top, 1 right. We are going to do 1 ring of OP, and we're going to curl the right edge of the ball to the outer ring. You can go more overpower. Yes, the Jared rules have saved a lot of shots for me as well. And that it's a great video. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Um, you know, I don't want to think about how long it would have taken to work all of that out. I mean, just like how long it took for somebody to work out all the math on the ring calculators. You know, all the math was posted on Reddit, and I was reading through it, and it's pretty in depth. So this is a no movement shot. Sorry, I said white left to rough, but this is a no movement. So 8.6 is going to be 5 or 6.7. So max top, 1 right, 6.7 rings, curling to the outer ring, ring of OP, hit perfect. And as you can see from the notes, I've been rolling anywhere from 390 to 400. Really depends on what bounce you catch. On that third bounce, there's a little bit of a hill. If you hit on the front of it, it pulls you up shorter. If you hit on top of it, you go a little longer. That was 398. The last time I did 398, it was 41%. So we should be in that same 41% area. I'm just going to go with that. And we're going to set this up to where we spin it through we're going to look for the sticky spot, and we're going to spin it to where it's center, and the tip of the ball guide is about a little past halfway through that dark green. I started off playing just 5 accounts. Sometimes I vary it. This time I played 7 accounts on this tournament. This is the 7th account. So I really only played 6 to get to this point, and I saved this one to stream. All right, so we're going to look for that sticky spot. So you kind of see right there where it wiggles. and doesn't move. Now we're going to respin. $7.7 will be $7.6. Center our ball. We hit perfect. And we come in left. Again, this, pull angle and where those changing. But the speed was good. At least it wasn't blasting through or blasting off. I have hit the pin so hard dead center that it came off at a 90 degrees. I've had it hit so hard dead center that it's rolled straight back to a hard putt. But yeah, it takes me a while to put together all of this information. Hole number 11. So I need a rock and I need a nav. So here I'm going to go 2.8 top and I'm going to push the green ring up to the rough and I'm going to look for the bend in the ball guide to be in the middle of this light green square, and the ball guide is going to come along the left side of the pin. And then we're going to adjust 1 to 1. So the first thing I'm going to do, set my spins. Then I'm going to find my spot. I will wiggle in the spot to make sure that I'm there, but the main key is I want that bend and that spot and the tip of the guide in the spot. So 2.8. Now we're looking for our spot. So you see right there, see we're bending a little bit and staying. So now we're going to flip around and we're going to go 9.5. This is the little bit of a crosswind. There is a direct headwind that pulls directly over the tee as well. I'm going to center our ball. We hit bad great left, so we'll probably miss this one. Yeah, we're going to come in just left side of the cup anytime it goes on that side of the tee. See, it's not a give me. You do need to hit that perfect. But at least it's not a risk of losing the shot. You're still going to get your birdie, but that one's pretty bad. Thanks, Ryan. It is a lot of work. Yes, that was in with perfect. I That's only the third time I've missed it out of, what is this, my 14th? No, 7, yeah, 8th or 9th shot at it. And it's the second time I've missed it, so. And both were due to the same thing, the great left. And it has to be a pretty decent great left, too. Our opponent here is going to miss because he didn't get up the hill enough. He didn't have enough top. He hit a little too high. The ball chucked up. It's a pretty consistent funnel. And this funnel is all due to Golf Clash Josh during the Ryder Cup. I was watching him shoot the shot during the Ryder Cup for the Masters. And, when he was finding that funnel, I was like, well, I know it's there. Let's find it. We got a guide now that we can find it. Okay, on to hole number 12. We need our vet bag and berserker, so we need to make sure we have our apocalypse and our cat. Drive is going to be max plus 10. Now, I haven't had this, but our clan president with an APOC 7, I don't know if he's adjusting differently, but he has had two that rolled into the rough at the end. Um, I haven't had it happen yet, like I said, but I don't have an APOC 7, and I don't know if what his pull angle or anything is, but he has stated that he has rolled long. Although he was using less top when he rolled long. It, it's been it's been interesting. It's also been aggravating. But I guess, when you get used to getting drops and stuff, the scores have been nice. It's nice to see, no minus 40s. I mean, somebody minus 40s this course. They owned it. I haven't been online to look to see if anybody's posted any crazy score. I did see a minus 32 in the opening round. All right, so 11.2 will be 8.8. So we're going to go 2 left, 5.8 top. We're going to be splitting the bunker with the bullseye. We're going to pull 8.8 rings. Then we're going to flip around and push up 4 rings. And then max overpower, left curl into the T is in the middle of the ring. Hit perfect. It should roll out about 449. Thanks for the good luck, Tom. Hit perfect, didn't get in hole. I wish I could hit more perfects. As you saw in the last hole, I missed drop because I didn't hit perfect. And that's one of the holes you gotta get. Yeah, Ryan, I had my tier 3. I didn't expect it because I run it as my first one. I used it as a practice shots basically, but it got through tier 3 expert with a minus 25. I was not expecting it. So this next one is going to be club plus 0. I tend to favor playing this short so I don't speed roll through. So I have been playing it with a little less top. So basically I'm just trying to aim at the cup. 11.8, it's going to be 7 rings. Center, make sure I'm not overpowering. I hit perfect, that means I'm missing it. But at least I'm going to have a nice easy putt for eagle. And you saw how far that guide was back. It wasn't even on the fringe, and it rolled that far past the cup. Quad, I don't do so well when I try to follow other people's instructions either. Following my own instructions, I do okay. But if I'm following somebody else's, I have to try to, make it my own. Yeah, I agree, Ryan. But I've had it. I had one that I tried to use 2.5 top on, and it or three top. I tried to use three top on, and it blew through to the rough, and it was with less wind than that. Thanks, Tom. The king. Yeah, it was. It's definitely been the hardest tourney I think that I've shot in a while. Okay, hole number 13. We're going back to the sniper and our kingmaker, and this is going to be max plus or 80% club plus 55%. You can see the wind chart I put on the notes there. So the first thing I'm going to do right away is start with max back 3 left, and then I'm going to try to find the spot. You'll notice it kind of jitters near where we're aiming. Uh, but yeah, this tournament's been really hard for getting good, consistent rollouts, with the exception of hole 2. Hole 2 has been consistent. All right, so we're looking for the tip of the guide to be touching that dark green and then pointing at the cup. 7.6 is going to be 11.5. Try to pull straight. First thing I'm going to do is pull my 1.5. I'm going to back out and then pull 10. Center my ball. And well, great right's not going to give you guys a good look, but perfect would have been close. Probably would have been on the edge of the cup. Yeah, the problem with this is, a lot of times you like to think that you would have dropped if you hit perfect, but even right there, I wouldn't have been confident that would have dropped with a perfect because I've missed so many with perfect right on the edge or spun right out. But it is nice to know that, just because you're not dropping every hole, that you have a chance still to place decently. Unlike, previous tournaments, if you're not dropping, you know, 4 extra shots on each nine, you've got no chance. Yeah, oh yeah. Perfect would have been close, Ryan. Um, it might have been in, but it would have been really close because that wasn't even a good great right. I let go way early. Okay, hole 14. Now I'm playing this one a little aggressive. There has been a wind angle that this doesn't do that well in. If we get it, I will tell you how I adapted the shot. I agree, a lip out is more frustrating with a perfect, but I've almost gotten used to it on this course. So P5, max plus 10%. minus 23 is at least going to be probably top half quad. I mean, I don't know what the pro brackets are looking like, but you know that you've got 4 easy chances to only end up with a birdie. Also, if minus 23 is in third, you're sitting pretty good. You're almost halfway through, probably still be top 10. Okay, so 5 top, 2 right. And then we're going to do our 18 rings. That should put, being this APOC 6, the blue ring on the rough. Now we're going to adjust 11, so this isn't the bad wind angle, so we should be okay. 9.1 rings. We are going to push up 3 rings. Need to hurry. Hopefully I didn't miss something there with my time. Good landing on the first bounce, cleared on the second, and we'll be set to run our sniper. .374 is going to put us on the shorter end of the club. So what we're going to do on this next one is plus 40%. Probably going to be around 30% club. That's a nice finish, King. All right, so there's max, there's min, 10, 11, 12, 13. So yeah, about 32%. So 12.9 rings. There's some glitchy spot here. Better hurry. Oh, over adjusted. Good line. But that guide was getting a little too glitchy on me. I couldn't find a good spot for it. Well, hopefully I can find another drop on this 9. So that way I can get to minus 25 or better. Uh-oh, what happened? Okay, that was weird. My stuff just crashed. Our opponent almost dropped it with the Nirvana. Luckily, I got back into the game. It completely closed out and crashed on me. So I'm going to close my screen real quick there and get it reconnected so that you guys can watch still. So it was, don't know what happened there, but it luckily didn't cause a lost shot. All right, there we go. We're back up on the hole number 15. So I'm going to put the Goliath bag in just in case. You don't want to get caught between clubs on this. There is the chance that you get a glitch roll and run long. You want to stay below 371. That's where I was at when I hit the min sniper. Hello, Jesse. Thanks for joining us. I'm hoping for at least one more drop. I wanted minus 27, but with that mistake that we got, that doesn't look possible. All right, so we're going to be setting up with half the clear in the right rough at the +6. We're going to do 5.8 top, 3 right, max plus 10%. And we're going to give a little bit of right curl to the inside ring. Do not overpower this, and if you use a wind 4 ball, lessen the top a little bit because you will potentially go long with the wind 4 ball. My picture has the wind 4 ball because that's what I use particular for the one I took the pictures on, but most of my shots were Kingmaker. Yeah, I have one that I'm hoping to finish strong with. I had a minus 15 on the front 9 with my only account to not have more than a couple top 10s. So if I can get one drop on the back 9 with it and stay safe without any mistakes and get a minus 28, I'll be happy with that. All right, 3 right, 5.8 top. We got 8.5, which is going to be 6.7 rings. So half of the clear at the +6. 6.7 rings. Inside right curl. Perfect hit. This has been safe on the light great left and slight great right. I don't know about bad great left. Bad great right should still be plenty safe. So 362, we are going to be around 20%, 21% sniper. This is going to be -5. I'll go ahead and set the 21 in there, which is going to be 8 rings for men. What we're going to be looking to do is there's a hard line. If you look at my picture here and I put a circle around it, there's a hard line kind of drawn in the rough fairway and fringe. We're going to look to put the left side of our green on the right of that line, and then the top side of our green at the top. And we're going to start with 4.1 top, and then we'll side spin to adjust to the whole left side of the pin. So we're going to start with our 4.1 top, pull back to min, count our rings up to that spot. But that line gives us a really good judgment. So there's our 4.1 top. There's our min. There's our spot, and it looks like we're almost 8. So I'm going to pull this down to 20%. So we're going to go 7.1 rings. Now we're going to keep our 4.1 and adjust the side spin. Now adjust our 7.1 rings. Center our ball. Hit perfect. And hopefully I got everything correct. Nope, we're going to come in left. It hit too high. I probably in rushing pulled 12 or 1159. I notice I'm adjusting a little slower while I'm talking about it, because I'm usually not rushing that much. All right, hole 16. So I'm gonna go ahead and do what I did on hole 7 on this, which is I'm gonna use a P5 to start to quickly find my spot. And you want the grizzly in the bag with the sniper. Oh, wait a minute, no, this is a different hole, I'm sorry. I'm playing the rock, no P5. Okay, so I'm gonna start at min, rock, with the white at the bunker, 3.6 back, 3 left, and a 1-to-1 adjustment. So you want the sniper in here so you can have a hard min line. 3 left, 3.6 back, 7.5 rings. Left curl to the outer wall. We hit perfect. And we come in just right. So I needed a little bit more curl. I was just right at the edge of the ring, so if I had went just past it like the pitcher, that probably would have dropped. Thanks for the good luck, John. How has your round been? You enjoying how tough this course is and how hard it is to get drops? So this next hole has been pretty annoying also. I've been all over the hole and it'll go long one, short one, left, right. Now that happens. You're not missing much on this one. It's a frustrating one. I mean, it's nice to get to play this course with our real clubs to see how it played after the Ryder Cup. All right, so max plus 10. We're going to push the max. We're going to set this up just like we did on hole 8 with the white ring touching the left rough. We're going to adjust and we're going to push back to max. I will be using full top on this club just because I know there's room for it. So 7.8, 6.1, 6.1 rings. Then we push the max. We're going to left curl, one ball, hit perfect. Get a nice little roll and should put us in about 80% club. So plus 4 is 80%, and then it's about 2% or 2 to 3% for every one after that. It kind of varies. I mean, I don't really have a negative review of the course. It is difficult. It's the shots aren't consistent. I mean, but if you look at these greens, you can see the bumps, the rolls, the ridges. So, you know, do you want a course where people are dropping every shot or not? I don't know. All right, so we're going to be at 72% club here. 7.3. It's going to be 7.7. We hit perfect. Oh, I forgot to check to make sure I had my elevation proper. I think I was supposed to be at 5% there. No, 10%. I was right. Yeah, I mean, it was lots of low scores, so everybody really had a chance. You could make a mistake and still not miss the weekend with it. I mean, the course hasn't been played a lot. It's not well known. I mean, if it becomes a tour course and, they have more tournaments with it, you'll start seeing the scores creep up higher. So, I mean, it's just it's a difficult course and we haven't had a lot of time to really play at it. Yeah, every landing spot is inconsistent on this. I mean, a .1 is making a huge difference. The only thing that I don't like is all of the downslope throwing the glitch rolls, especially on the greens. When you have an identical shot and you feel like you adjusted it, and the first one drops and the second one hits the pin so hard and then rolls off into the rough. All right, we got one last chance to try to get to 26 since we missed our all of our drops so far. All right, so 3.9 top, no side spin. Make sure we got our grizzly in the bag because that is our second shot. I do not have my slider information up. Give me just a second to pull up my sliders because I'd like to end this with a albatross. Be nice to get 9 and 18. So grizzly 9. All right, so I have my slider up now. So this one, the rings and the slider's gonna, you're not gonna get a consistent slider on it. You're gonna need to count for best results because you're not gonna get a solid landing spot. When I started this morning, I was still tired and I was working hole 3 out and I got a good drive and dropped the eagle in practice 3 times in a row, so I started to play regular. And the very first for real shot, I get 30 yards longer on the drive. And I couldn't figure out what was wrong. I just figured I must have did something wrong. Very next drive, 30 yards long into the rough again. So it's in like, okay, now I gotta go back and retool my drive after I thought I had it worked out. So 3.9 top, no side spin, yellow at the rough, and the guide just left of that grass. 7.9 is going to be 6.2. Oh, this is plus 20%, 6.8. So there's our 6.8. We're going to push the max. No OP. We hit perfect. Good bounce. We cleared on the second bounce and got a nice rollout. 366. That's going to put us a little on the longer side. 390 is around min, and I believe we might be near max. So we'll probably count our rings down from max. You can play as our opponent's playing, which is the not the rough bump. This is going to be plus 10%, but you risk what happened to them there. Hopefully they don't go too long and get that ugly overpowered putt. Looks like they're okay. All right, so there's max. We got 10, 20, 24, which is going to be 61%, 7.4. So we're going to have 8.1 rings. I got to spin it through the hole and find my spot. 8.1. And I hit great right, so we're going to miss it on the right edge. I also had a little too much top, and I had some accidental right curl. So had I straightened my ball, hit perfect, that drops. Good morning, Jackie. Hello, thanks for the good luck, Bert. How did your round go? Did you get it finished? I'm glad you like our shots. I'd also like to thank you for leaving comments and telling us when you drop a shot. So, not the great performance, a minus 25, but it'll be decent points at least. Just a poor back nine. If we hadn't messed up the two or three that we messed up drops we could have got, we could have been up there. I think minus 29 will win the majority of the brackets if you can get it. Thanks, Giggity. Thanks for saying that it was good. Masters minus 29 also. I should have put one in Master. It would have been interesting to try it. That's you in second, Terry? I'll pull you up there. Yeah, there's Terry in second. Nicely done. So if we'd gotten our 14 like Terry did, we'd still been behind him. So I'm hoping my other account will do well. I'll pause my screen real quick and I'll pull it up and we'll see where it's at before I log off here. Thanks, Terry. How does everyone feel about the new video format? I tried to include the notes in there the whole time to make it a little easier for everybody. It's still minus 28. You know, you would have, you probably hold on there. I don't know. You're at least top five with that. All right, so this is the Jiggle account. This is one of my lower accounts. Still has APOC 5, Grizzly 8. But we are currently, we got a good front nine on this. So I got a minus 15. And I was close on 8. I hit the pin. So as of right now, the bracket's a little weaker. So if I can get a drop or two on the back nine, I have a good chance for gold on this one. Yeah, no strong nines yet. Someone from the tarts there, so they'll probably put up a good score. And we had somebody with a minus 29. What was mine? So I only had a 26 in the opening and a 12, so not a great qualifier. But if I can get a drop or two, I got a chance. I'm going to go ahead and end it here so I can get to bed, wake up early to finish the rest of my rounds tomorrow because I have 6 back nines to play. I might stream them. If I do, maybe I'll see some of you there. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out.